Hey everyone, how you doing? So, Plants vs. Zombies is a big franchise. No duh. Of course it is. Or at least was. But we all know this, so why am I telling you this now? Well, think about it. With a big franchise, you know what else is bound to come with it? That's right, merchandise. And, well, I don't know if you've noticed, but PVZ doesn't exactly have a whole lot. So, with that being said, here's the thing, and here's some obscure PVZ trivia. PVZ merchandise is in a really weird spot, as in almost all of the stuff you can find is fake. Yeah, so in today's video, we're going to briefly discuss the weird circumstances around PVZ merchandise, as well as discussing what official stuff remains. So without any further ado, let's get right into it. Now for today, I don't want to dive into the insane plushie side of the merchandise, because that will eventually have a video of its own, because it's crazy. But even without the plushies, there's still a ton going on. One quick Amazon search will show you just how insane things genuinely get. When you look at all of this merchandise I'm showing on screen here, how much do you think is real? 50%? 60%? Maybe we're even feeling generous, 70%. Nope, you've been getting colder every guess. The answer here is almost none of it, at all. Oh my god. Okay, so to explain why what you're seeing is fake, we need to talk a little bit about what happened when PVZ blew up. PopCap was not expecting their Foliage vs. Corpse game to take off, and because of this, they didn't actually make any merchandise for it until a little while later. Now, with that being said, you would think that something similar would happen to other franchises who ended up in a similar boat, like Angry Birds. So, what gives? Why was PVZ in particular cursed with having so much knockoff merchandise that eventually flooded the authentic stuff? Well, I think it comes down to how it was handled. Again, I really don't want to get into the plushie side of the merchandise here, but PopCap at least somewhat tried to fight back against the people who were making those bootlegs. And even so, it didn't work, because look at what I can find in bulk on Amazon. Plushies that aren't official. So if that didn't work, then clearly this problem boils down to PopCap simply not cracking down on merchandise hard enough. And honestly, I think that's what led to the landscape we have today, where all of this merchandise is just fake. Now, with that being said, that doesn't mean that all of the merchandise is fake. I did find some remaining official merch that's still around, and it's not much. There's the Halloween costumes that I've brought up in videos before, which are still cursed. Oh my god. Then there's the few normal plushies that were manufactured by Jaxwares, so those are official. And then there's the other aftermarket stuff that I believe is no longer being made, which we can make an entire list on if we so desired. Stuff like the KNX series boxes, the board games, and even some action figures. But for the most part, these are not easy to come by nowadays, since they're all most likely not being produced anymore. Now, we could dive in and discuss the Chinese merchandise too, but oh, no, I'm good. You think I want to sacrifice my sanity? No, I'm not gonna bother. The Chinese side of the franchise is crazy enough as is. The last thing we need to do is diving further into the chaos, so I can probably leave that for my final Chinese games video whenever I get around to actually making it. So overall, that's a brief look into the empty husks that we call PVZ merchandise. I'll admit, it's quite sad that things have gotten to this point, but it doesn't really shock me, to be completely honest. This is simply a franchise that hasn't had a whole lot going on across the past few years, so seeing merchandise spoil like this really sucks, but it's not like it's unexpected. Okay, never mind, I'm not finishing the video there. I just found this store while looking up merchandise, and I have to show you what it is. It's weird. So the website advertises itself as official PVZ merch, and it's not? Any PVZ vets can immediately tell you why too, because this Chomper plushie right here is literally ripped from fan art. It's crazy. I don't know how people are allowed to get away with this. Look at this. That's fake orders, what? Okay, just play the outro, I'm done. Real quick, I'd like to give some shoutouts to Gravitry, Aldentity for Omens, Wapfa, and Skylar the Unicorn for being $5 supporters of my channel. Thank you all so much, I really appreciate it. Also, if you're new around here and you like what you saw, then maybe consider subscribing too. It helps me out a ton, and you get to see more content like this in the future. Win-win. Now, as for me, I've got some merchandise of my own to make, so I'll see you all on my next video. Peace.